Welcome back there, Armchair Generals. Tom here with episode number 6 of my German campaign, Hearts of Iron 3, using the Black Ice modification, version 12.1.1. We are picking up where we left off, which is very beginning of 1939, as we head gradually, slowly, into wartime. That'll be happening very, very soon here, unfortunately. I say unfortunately because there's like so much more stuff I'd love to have built by now. Obviously, we'd like to have everything I possibly could have, but realistically speaking, you can get on in the war with the forces that are given to you by the events. It's not terribly difficult to take out Poland with what you start with, and going forward, what you're able then to build as well. We'll say cancel on this as well. Again, not terribly concerned about where we stand here with some of our tech. We're doing really well overall tech-wise. It's up to 60. There we go. Need to beef up. This needs to get beefed up a bit more. What are we saying? 40, 4100. So that's 50 days before we hit 100%, and that'll be fine. But I do think we'll be getting some icy debt hitting us pretty soon. Which actually, speaking on that note, let me bring up the Hearts of Iron 3 utility on my second monitor here, and indeed, we have an icy debt remaining of 8503. We are paying 53 a day towards that, so yay. But that's not gonna go away anytime soon at the rate we're going. Let's see. Yeah, that's about 160 days we'd be looking at. That's 5 months, which would mean nothing else happens. We'll be getting rid of it we'll be getting rid of it before wartime, but I know we'll be having a bunch of event units coming up. We are just going to let things go for a little bit longer, though. We have grown as much as we are right now. We did take the Slovakia as our puppet route, which that kind of does remind me. So okay, actually, here we can do it this way rather than go through there. Request lend lease. We need to be at war. Okay, so we'll be at war soon, and then I'll be requesting lend lease from Slovakia. I guess on that note, I can throw in an axis here. We don't know anything about them. Oh, that's probably because too soon yet, since we started our game. Or maybe not. Wow, I guess we don't have the capability of seeing what's going on in there. Hey, that's all right. Oh, we have Argentina on our side too. You know what? I totally freaking forgot about that. Is it ironic that we got Argentina on our side this rapidly? Maybe not. Netherlands, $7 for 5.5 rares. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that for right now. Interesting. Yeah, that will be handy down the road. Um, not not right now, but it will be. Oh, there you go. Got some money coming our way. Reorganize the command structure for Luftwaffe. Yes, thank you. And speaking of, actually, we can do this. Which this is 8. That's 2. Let's go ahead and put them in here. This is a wing of fighters that we definitely need to help out in the Polish campaign there. And so we got these guys going to head out that way. We got another artillery, railway artillery, and this Luftwaffe. We'll just set them on down there. Let's just take a look around. Both of these are now. there. Yeah, I'm not quite sure where to send. Well, I mean, there's no like extra port along here that doesn't have. We can send them here, which actually we need some via strategic redeployment. All of these guys. Let's send them on down here. Praha for right now. Yeah. These will be utilized in along with these guys as a defensive setup in Poland once we have it taken. That way we can not have to worry so much about a bunch of people popping up and saying booga booga booga. Okay, so we're good here. How are we doing with our build? We're actually doing really, really well, which is good because I think there's another build group that I need to get working on. Though that said, I do need these coming out sooner than later. How much does that put us into the red by? Okay, not terrible. We do need these rares pumped up to the top along with this. Yay, some more heavy industry. Let's actually, you know what? Yeah, the oil rigs we're going to push down to the bottom. So that should get us these two, and working on that one a little bit. It's okay. So we got our military hospitals, battle commander recognition. It's 1940 tech, so we'll drop that off. Spanish state says, we're not going to give you the 8 pennies. So how are we doing with our fighter wings? Stuttgart. There we go. And these are medium bombers. Stettin will get one to fill it out. And Stargard will get the other one. Okay. Cool. Oh, why did I cancel that? They wanted metal. Chile. Man, so too quick to. Haven't had my full Mountain Dew drink yet. Kind of feeling a little bit sleepy still. So that should, those medium bombers dropping off. Well, we're doing okay with the. You know what? Let's do this because I would rather have this one get finished in March and drop off entirely, since it's not a serial production there. War games. This will cost us 2,000 and 12,000 supplies, but we shall do so. It's actually 1,500 and 10,000 supplies, so okay. That gives us some additional officer recruitment, which is nice. I think it gives us some other additional benefits too as we let it go along further. Money, Soviet Union, how much are we making? 22. Let's go ahead and buy. Perhaps. Let's take a look at the rest of these first, though. No, we don't need fuel. I mean, we do need fuel, but I got 50,000 fuel, so we're okay. Okay. So, yes, land organization, 2%. You know, very moderate, minor thing for 10 grand, or 2 grand in money we're spending, which, yeah, that does remind me now. We got to get our supplies back up. And I don't think we want to leave this at 0. Yeah, let's get it up to there. We're in February, so reinforcements kind of needs to get up a little bit more too. And since we're more than 10,000 down. Let's go ahead and get this up to 50 for right now. I don't want to kill my production entirely. Yeah, 52 is fine. How much? It does hurt quite a bit. Ugh. The steel refinery we can hold off on. Why do I have a police center being built in Furnace Field? Let's cancel that. I think I hit that. I think I meant to build something else instead, and that came up um, to be built. So, whoops. How well are we doing here? Okay, that does bring us up a little bit more. Let's get these two fighters, interceptors, I should say, to the top here. Fortunately, in March, we got, what is that, 40, almost 50 IC alone. That's actually, yeah, let's take a quick look here. February, do we have anything being built? Dropping off? Not really. March, though, March and April, we got some rares coming up. 1942 is when all of our battleships start coming online. It's later than I would like them, quite honestly. It's actually a year later than I would really like them, to be truthful. But I really don't need a massive navy before 1942. What I have will suffice for what I need done. 19 next year, we'll start building some more things, and then yeah, next year we'll start building our navy up quite a bit. Infrastructure, realistically speaking, do we need this by April? I mean, is this like a necessity per se? Probably not. Probably not. I mean, we will need it, but let's put this down. There we go. March, got our first round of infantry coming up. April, all of our motorized gets built. March, like I said here, we got 50 IC popping off before war. We got the rest of our bombers that we need coming online, and we got a bunch. Also before war, we got a bunch of our interceptors coming online too. Cool. Okay, supplies for money. Sure. Whoops, we will take that. The officer recruitment of plus 60%. That's only for the next week, but that's still pretty good. 85.4. Okay. Let's have you fight and then come back around. Let's have you um, and you support that attack. There we go. I mean, yeah, nothing came of it, realistically speaking. So that 60% volunteer surge, that gives us an extra 30 officers for the next week per day, so 200 plus officers. Honestly, not bad. That'll get us up to 80. Well, for the next week there, that's going to get us up to 83.5. So we're just 1,000 officers off of what we need for 100% there. Sure, we'll give out some more supplies. And we got an interceptor. Who needs it? Lek for sure. Okay. Reinforce the Flieger division. Let's get that. Not that I'm going to be needing to use paratroopers in. I thought I told you to use strategic redeployment. I guess not, maybe. Cool. Not that I'm really going to be using paratroopers. Let's do that in the initial war here with Poland. There's no need for them. Or there's no need to be using them, I should say. There is certainly a need for them. We want them active so we can be using them. Swing them down there. All right. Luxembourg wants us to buy metal. I think that's a big no. I mean, even though it's showing that we're going down by 14, but good God, we could go 1,000 days. We can go 2,000 days without worrying. Wow, 2,000 days will be just have 1,000, 1,500 metal left. So yeah, that would be kind of worrisome. But nonetheless, yeah, it's not that big of a deal. The rares, however, uh, let's see, 100 days, so roughly just under 300 days we have remaining, which that's fine. We're doing okay. There we go. I notice the game runs much smoother when you're zoomed out a bit because it's not having to show replicate, where all the units are moving to. Propulsion advance, that's 42 tech, so yeah, we don't need that yet. We are making 14 bucks. I mean, we could go with the Netherlands again. 13 for 10. It's a bit of a ripoff, but yeah, going down to 38 now. That gives us a little bit more wiggle room there. Nice. So we're starting to get towards the green here. Beginning of the year, in 1939, we were going with nation first, land forces, air forces, associated doctrines, and chain of command with each of land and air forces, and then naval forces. That's the way it's going to be pretty much for a while at this point. Next year, 1940, though, we may switch our priorities, and right now we are prioritizing. Take a quick look here. What's our national focus? Is what I mean. See, economy. We're focusing on economy. So yeah, 1940 will be switching our focus, and we might switch it to Navy in order to trying to think what I'm going to say here. Oh, help speed up my naval builds in 1940. In 1940, I plan on going hog wild a bit with the Navy. Basically, we're going to be looking at um, since we're going to be taking France. Here, Berlin. There we go. Since we're going to be taking France in 1940, we do need to take a look at what that's going to look like. Oh, here we go. All these guys are just about ready. Where can I send you down? And nowheres. I think we'll just stay in Berlin for right now, I feel. Actually, let's send you up to Königsberg. Get you out of Berlin, even though Berlin's can repair plenty. Finally, I have planes. The planes are finally getting strength. Um, anyway, 1940, I do plan on building submarines, tons of submarines, so that way when they're ready, we'll already have France. It'll be ours, and we can go ahead and build them in France throughout the west coast of France here on those ports. Also building, or will be, I should say, well, yeah, building light carriers off of the coastal battleship hulls that we have here. All these guys. And someone was saying that I think I mentioned it last episode or two, that the hull was like at a 0, but it says 2.65. I'm not sure that they're getting like sunken stuff like that right away, but I mean, unless maybe that 2.65 is far less than what it needs to be. Let's take a look at something comparative here. Deutschland hull is 0.35. So 2.5, yeah, why is the Deutschland Admiral Scheer so low? Grass fee, yeah, 0.32. That's like even lower than that. So I don't know. Apparently, there's a fix though that's coming that will adjust where the coastal battleships hull values should be at. In any event, tons of subs, so I can immediately place them in France. We can start having happy time when that pops up in September 40, I believe, the latter half of 1940. Um, some other warships, like carriers, like I said, converting those four into light carriers, a bunch more destroyers to go along with, or light cruisers rather, to go along with them. We do need more destroyers, torpedo boats, so we can patrol the Baltic Sea and the passageway between Norway and Denmark, Germany. So yeah, we'll be looking at definitely beefing up our Navy quite a bit in preparation for the latter part of 1940. Be ready for that, and also 1941, 1942, be able to have the Navy built up, prepared. So that way, when we are taking on Russia, we can then push our focus towards invading the United Kingdom and taking that out. Because as we learned from our Japanese campaign, if you wait till 1944 to invade Britain, my God, things go awry. Our IC debt is under 7,000 now. It's 6,970. So still 130 days from now, 4 months roughly. April, May, June, July, beginning middle of July. Still paying the 53 per. Reinforcements are down now. That's good to see. That's why I bumped up reinforcements quite a bit. So, and that might be why the strength of everything is going up as well. 10,000. Let's drop this down to 49. There we go. So we can start pushing some of our builds here a little bit more. Get those factories being worked on, because I mean we still need IC. We still need it. Supplies for money. Okay, so lost one partner and getting another. Another big boy. Nationalization bad, compensation good. Nationalization bad, compensation good. Compensation accepted. Cool. So we'll be making plenty of money there. What do we got here? Oh, holy cow. I didn't realize we're getting so many. This is another thing I could take a look at too. There's 7 railway artilleries. That's strictly just this guy. Yeah, 1,000 weight, which that's just to replicate the fact it can only move via railroad and also very, very slow. It's got the lowest priority in railway traffic. Big thing though is it's fort and urban attack. You definitely want if you're attacking a city, Leningrad for example, Moscow for another, um, Sevastopol as well, I think is yeah, Sevastopol, Stalingrad, and spoilers, Gibraltar. Um, you need railway artillery. Very, very helpful. So I'll need to design units around that. Basically, just be slow-moving infantry units with truck support there to try to help speed them up a little bit. Fighter crank, we can just simply cancel both of those out. What we got here? Oh, um, medium bombers, medium bombers. So I think it's this one here. Yep. And just curious. Yeah, I think we're good on medium bombers. How are we doing? Light bombers, we're doing okay on. Just want to make sure that all my wings are staffed out as best they can be. How are we doing with our close air support? So we need one there. 2, 3, 7. We need 7 at least. Okay. Let me put this guy. Where am I? Where are you going? So if we need 7, 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay, that's what we got going on here. Something I forgot to take a look at though. Should have. Okay, cool. You got a twin Engine fighter, we need 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I need 7 of the twin engine fighters. And the reason why I'm saying that, let's see, we'll do 3 and then, or do 4 and then 2 rounds. Yeah, let's do it like that. I like putting twin engine fighters with my light and medium bombers. Um, they of course shorten the range quite a bit. You can see twin engine fighter, the range that they can go is 425. So, well, actually, light bombers not anywhere near there, but it does shorten the medium bomber range. I'm also putting with sometimes I'll put them with a naval bomber flying boat group 2. So naval bombers that got that range anyway. The twin engine fighter, if you look at its stats overall, its anti-air air attack is at 32. It's on par with the fighter bomber, lower than the interceptor core. So it's not ideal for that per se, but at least it can help protect. A twin engine fighter group can help protect the rest of the wing against enemy fighters being thrown up against them. And air detection, well, yeah, not all that great. Trying to see what was the other. And it's hard attack, obviously. I mean, for air power, close air assault, close air support is your best. Uh, Light bomber, medium bomber, good hard attacks as well. Fighter bomber, twin engine fighter, on par with the medium bomber. Soft attack, your bombers are ideal for that as well. But your fighter bomber paired with your close air assault, like I do it, still not bad. It's half of what that is. But again, protective measures. The anti-air is pretty good. Twin engine fighter, not all that great against soft targets, comparatively to what the bombers are able to do. But that's fine. They at least can do something. If I were to throw an interceptor in with the group, for one thing, the interceptor range, there we are. I was going to say, holy cow. But no, that's the speed. Its range is actually quite limited. The interceptors are just better to be working with themselves and just themselves. I don't ever pair interceptors with anything else other than themselves. So, if I want anti-air, but I need that unit to be able to get matched up well with the bomber, it's the twin engine fighter. Now, I don't do that with playing the Japanese campaign. I know people might be going, Tom, you didn't do this in your last campaign there, and that is very true. That's because the Japanese are, unfortunately, resource starved. They have too much stuff they have to take care of and build, uh, from naval power to, land armies. They just don't have the capability to throw out a lot of IC towards air power. Their air power they build is CAGs, carry air groups. In my opinion, again, this is the way I play the game. It may be wrong. I'll let you know if you guys have any hints, tips, or tricks, or you're like, Tom, you're just totally wrong on that. Here's how you should do it. Fine, I'll be happy to entertain that. I'm just not a metagamer though. I'm someone that just likes to, especially with this mod and this game, I like to try to be as historical-ish as possible. I mean, obviously, I'm playing as Germany. If I was going to be historical, I'd be like, okay, then, we're going to eventually lose in 1945. Um, but I would rather be a little more historical in the nature of, rather than doing some really wacky, crazy things. Now that said, there is a book that I've read, Third Reich Victorious. There's a companion book, Rising Sun Victorious. It's basically 10 chapters, 10 different stories, essays, accountings written by different historical authors um, regarding specifically for Third Reich Victorious, how Germany could have, how events could have transpired if Germany did different things. The very first story is, what if Hitler joined the Kriegsmarine instead of the Wehrmacht? Well, instead of the Land Army, I should say, the Imperial Army. Um, and that took a different path, where Germany focused its attention on the Navy first, and then Army air power after that. Not that the Army and air were shortchanged. They still had they still had the generals they had. They still had the different um, philosophies from the rest of the world, and that worked well. But Hitler was of the opinion that A, we need to build tons and tons of submarines, and B, um, we need. He saw where air power was very helpful in the Jutland naval campaign that he was involved in, um, and decided that we need to build aircraft carriers, and thus had Germany build 4 aircraft carriers that eventually took out the UK after the fall of France. Immediately invasion of the UK, and with the usage of their air power from the carriers, they basically neutered the British fleets. So there's some really wild things that yeah, I could see trying in a game. In fact, I think I tried one campaign where I was like, yeah, let me see what I can't do to like replicate that particular story where the main focus is on the Navy, not foremost on the Army and Air Force. But difficult to do in this mod. I think you'd have to like just completely write your own mod for that. To say, okay, here's how it's going to work. For Germany here. It's a no there. Greece, definitely a no there. Hitler steps in. Sure, I'm not too concerned with what he's got to say. And yeah, we're in March, so we got stuff going on here. Cool. That gets done. Um, these guys are all going to just appear. We're going to put them in the Rhine Valley here. Put a couple here, a couple here, and this one here. So there'll be an event happening in August, I think, where there's 15 headquarter units that get built. But you have to, as I've just done, you have to put the rest of the unit together. So what I'll be doing is I'll be marrying those headquarter units with these infantry units plus the next 5 infantry divisions and those 5 motorized divisions that I've got being built. I'll be marrying those together so that way, boom, I got the 15 ready. And for the most part, because of the timing of that, they're just all going to be here on the Western Front. They're going to be involved in protecting what's happening, what may happen here. Nothing else too untoward will be happening there. We're just going to call it 22nd Panzer Division. Cool. Fully staffed out. I like the way this looks. Yeah. So this, let me push them up to the forefront here. My hero unit now will be getting involved. Let's throw him over there. We'll now be getting involved in the initial land battles. Not that I can get too much more experience. I mean, I can, but we're going to be working at getting everything else experienced. So yeah, that definitely pushed way through here. That's actually good. We're doing all right, and now let me push these to the forefront. The initial attack wave against Poland, we don't need our bombers don't need the twin engine fighters with them to protect them. Quite honestly, oh good, these are all coming up. And you know what? We're going to send you down to the south here. It's a 2, it's an 8. Okay, we're going to send you down south here. I'll still have, I think I got like 2 more fighter wings. Yes, I got 2 more fighter wings that are going to be coming online, so I'll have probably one up north. Or no, I already do have one up north there, so I'll probably put the other one here. Put one of them here. So I have one down south, one in the middle to take care of these, and then one up north to take care of the northern. And then I just need 3 interceptor wings. This needs 2 for sure, and then I need 2 more interceptors beyond what I'm building here. Let's go ahead and put those in. Start production and push them to the forefront. Cool. All right. Let's see how the next day. There we go. That's perfect. All right. I like the way that works. And looks hydrophone. We're in the green. Okay. So 1939 tech. We're working with nation first. Everything that we could potentially utilize. Industrial efficiency. Yep, both of those for sure. That's it we have there. Airplane radio, radar, land-based air warning, radar for cruisers and capital ships. We can't let any of that. I mean, honestly, the naval tech, just so far behind where I'd love it to be. But I mean, that's the way it is when you're playing this game. Is like no matter who you're playing, with the exception of America, if there's so much stuff that you want and need that you just can't do it all. It's impossible. Like right now, I'd really love. I mean, I'd love to be working on the rocket engine and nuclear fission as well. But quite honestly, no, there's too many other projects that I need. We will go for jet tech though. When when it comes time, we're in the green and it's air's turn. We're definitely going to be doing that. Yeah, go ahead and get rid of all those. Light anti-air guns. So go ahead and drop that off. We're making 2, so we don't need to buy fuel. Poland. Yeah. I mean, anything we buy from Poland's only going to last for a few months here. That's that's the funny thing. Claims on Memel. Let's go ahead and do. And a relationship with Soviet Union gets a little bit of a but we also lose all that dissent. So yay. Let's bump this up to 56. War is coming soon. On that note, we're at half an hour, so we got plenty of time still. But war is August 31st, September 1st. So in August, there's a lot of preparations to get ready for war, but there's also a lot of events and stuff like that that happen that give me a bunch of new units and things like that. So our IC debt's going to skyrocket even more. It's back up to 8304, and I guess that's for the railway artillery, and I don't know what else. The Luftwaffe reorganization, maybe, and this as well. I'm guessing. I don't know. So there'll be a bunch of stuff that's happening. But I do need to start reorganization of my leadership structure, and also need to reassign my leadership. I know it sounds like the same thing, but it's 2 different things. I'm talking first off my leadership structure, like how this is set up here. These core headquarter units shouldn't be getting attached directly to a theater headquarter. I should be attaching, and especially this infantry unit and all these garrisons, all these should not be getting attached to this theater headquarters. So I need better arrangement of how everything, all the divisions, units are all allocated and who they're assigned to. So that needs to get addressed. Also, in some cases, we don't have leaders for our units here. But yeah, there's a bunch of units that don't have leaders, or some units that have leaders they shouldn't have. And it's like, no, no, you would do better elsewhere, you know. Submarine batteries, yay. I like to see, I still got two more things for the subs coming online here. Oh, torpedoes. Actually, three things still coming. Torpedoes kind of need to be worked on, but that's later this year. And again, not really using our subs this year, or, well, next year I do plan on using them. But I still got it over a year before I got to worry about it. Transport ship hull, good. There's a bunch of naval stuff apparently that's going to be falling off here. A bunch of air unit stuff, cool. Bunch of, tons of stuff here. So we'll be researching in April. We'll be going green and hitting our land tech next year. Netherlands, 2 for 167. So yeah, we'll do that. It gives us more rares. Submarine periscope. I think that's a one and done. Yep. Yeah, we're almost to the green. Okay. Oh yeah, so that restructuring and everything that needs to happen well enough in time. Those who watch my Japanese campaigns know that I try to do at least about a month beforehand, because when you change leaders, the organization of that unit drastically drops like 10%. So we definitely need to take care of that. Also, a third thing that we need to deal with is the all of our units are pretty much under reserve capacity. In fact, everything I'm building them as reserves so I can save manpower and get them done, get them built quicker too. For the most part, there's a few things that like my hero unit, Panzer unit, I didn't do it that way and really should have. But moot point. Again, I'm not trying to meta this game or anything like that. If little mistakes creep in, quote unquote mistakes creep in, that's fine. We need to drop this down to 60 because I need. There we go. I need more officers popping in here. We need to get to 100%. So mobilizing takes some time, a couple weeks. So in in August is when I'll be mobilizing. Probably that first or probably that second week in August, I'll go ahead and mobilize. Theoretically, one can do the attack on Poland and mobilize at the same time, because the way I have miners set up, this can be still kind of a pushover. So eh, I may decide not to worry about mobilizing, but I do need to worry about when I redo all my leaders. Again, that hits the organization of all of those units by 10 down to 10%, knocks them all the way down to 10%. So that takes several weeks. So usually by the end of July, that's when I'm redoing my, or even beginning of August, redoing the leadership of everybody. Also need to make sure that all my air units are where they need to be, because when you move an air unit from base to base, it loses org. So you need to take that into account. So by the end of July, beginning of August, that's when I need to do my whole entire reorganization, restructuring and stuff. So the upshot is what I'll be looking at here is continuing on here through April, May, June, next 3 months. But I think once we get to July 1st, I'll go ahead and pause the video at that point, or stop the video at that point, this episode. And then the next episode is when we'll pick up in July, race a little bit further towards what we need to deal with. And then that episode, I'm not going to take the entire episode with the reorganization restructuring because that would be honestly quite boring, but I will certainly show you guys my thought process and do some of the restructuring and reorganization in that video, and then pause the video briefly, do it all off camera, come back, maybe on the final bit of restructuring needs to be done, and be like, okay, here's where we are, and continue on from there. That way, I don't burn time like I am right now talking to you guys about what I plan on doing. So we're getting over 90 officers. We need 2,000 more, so that's about 22 days, 23 days before we hit that mark. So yay, about April's we'll be seeing that taken care of. We're under 8,000 IC debt. So that's about so now we're at 180 days, 170 days. So that went up greatly. I don't remember getting anything major. We may have to start looking at beefing up the amount we're paying towards the IC debt. There is a malus that hits you if I think I said it. I think it's at 20,000. If you hit 20,000 IC debt, you get a malus, a negative modifier. I think to consumer goods, you have to like start throwing a whole bunch toward consumer goods, where people start getting very unhappy, and it increases yet again. It gets worse if you go up to 30,000 IC debt. So the idea is, here's these free units effectively. They got to be paid for though. You do initially pay for them with these resources, manpower, of course, and these resources, the energy, oil, rares, metals, whatever it might take for those. But the actual IC itself, the industrial capacity that you would normally be spending for those kind of units, you built them yourself, with a discount, of course. The freebie units give you a discount, that IC debt and the resources spent. Um, that does need to be paid back at some point. So we may need to look at upping that percentage just a bit more, but we'll see. We will see. If we're at this point, I guess we're 6 months away. So May, June, July, August, September, October. Yeah, that's a bit too far away. Check guns from the Sudeten forts. Sorry, I was coughing and had to drink some water. If I break it for scrap, we'll get some metal and rares, which would be nice. But I think we get heavy artillery if we say no, and I can throw that towards my garrison unit. Well, where are you? Oh, it actually is a garrison detachment with some heavy artillery, so we're going to send you up to here. I mean, I could throw it in one of these types of units, quite honestly. Kind of make it a little bit of a stronger garrison unit there. Like I've kind of done with a few of these here, where I've thrown in like light. Why do you have light infantry in there? It's a bit odd that I did that, but oh, I think because it was returning vets from one of the two wars, either the Ethiopian War or the Spanish Civil War. I think that might be what this. It was a light infantry and recon cav, and that's the same, I believe, maybe for the militia. It was militia and something else, maybe. I don't remember on that regards, but that's okay. So I'm kind of thinking, would that be more prudent to just combine? Like either of these two units could really stand to use that improvement there. Garrison detachment and heavy artillery. Total of 3,900 troops added on. Or do I send them up here and that's just an extra garrison unit? Let's just send them up there and be an extra garrison unit. Honestly, the garrison line that I'm making is just going to be a speed bump. Nothing more. If the French will attack. The plan is, and of course that's why I strengthened up these, because typically the French attack down south here. Actually they also attack around up here. These guys don't need to be terribly strong, and they aren't. This one's a little bit stronger. But yeah, all these guys are fairly weak. We can actually throw you over here. Yeah, I'll swap you guys around there. That leaves you as the weakest. But again, just to be a little bit of a speed bump, that's all. That's why I have units like this, the SS, these infantry units here, the next group of 5. I'm going to go ahead and place them in this part of the valley. It's less a valley and more of a forested area. But anyway, just that way, these guys can be used to help when the French attack one of these provinces. Reinforcements can rush in and help stiffen the defense there. The garrison is just there to be a blocker and hold in place until my reinforcements come in. Fighter targeting focus. I like that we're getting close and close to where we need to be there. A bunch of stuff popping off here. Okay, kind of pilot training. Yeah, all this stuff just gonna get kicked to the curb. 3 till we hit in the green, and then we go for land. Supplies, supplies, and supplies, and supplies. Cool. So that's about $20 or more, which we kind of need, yay. Some more railway artillery. We're up to 414 IC now. Yay. That was a one and done. Okay. Form the 10th Panzer and reorganize Luftwaffe command structure. Again, these are events that keep popping up over and over. 7350, but that's going to go way up here. And we'll move the Panzer group there. Okay, it's the same thing. That's cool. Interdiction. All right. 10,947. So we're 200 days away from paying that off. That might be fine, quite honestly. And speaking of, we're at 40,000. Okay, so we're all set there. We're good. What are we looking at here for the rest of the month? What's coming out? Another rare. Oh, we got a couple more rare mines coming online. Good. Still, this is looking to be the same, though. It looks like the must have lost a point, half a point in IC efficiency or something, or I don't know what, but looks like these are taking a little bit longer to get built. Because the Tirpitz was also in October. This was a little bit earlier in October. This was earlier in January, and I think this was late February maybe or early March. I'm not sure. Motorized come out, and that's a good 85 IC that's going to drop off there. So we'll be down needing 520, 190 IC in the red, roughly, whatever. But anyway, April motorized come into play. And again, those will be sent down to help out in the defense against France when they decide to attack me. Summer, got a whole bunch of planes. Cool. All right. Got a bunch of industry coming online too. Is this when we start? I think it is. Not Volksturm. Here we go. Festungruppen. Garrison troops. I'm I'm honestly fine with the way they are. We need to be building tons of these. Basically, I build a group of 5 for each country or area that we're going to be taking over. So for Poland, obviously, we'll need a group of 5. They'll have their own core headquarters running them. I know I said I'm pushing SS to move into Poland when we take it, but I'll need more permanent troops to hold down the fort, as it were, for for defensive purposes. So looking at suppression here, I think I just need to throw in military police as well. I mean, the garrison's there just for a little bit of extra oomph for defensive measure too, in case somebody decides to attack me or whatever. We got some extra troops there, but I think I need military police to help provide some additional suppression there. Let me actually real quick. 144 days, 38 for the 5, 29 manpower. So manpower goes up by 4. The amount built goes up by 2 weeks. IC cost goes up by 8. Or is it not that big of a deal? Typically, all I do is just do the base template for this troop. So I'm kind of wondering now, do I need to beef that up a bit more, or just be like, nah, let's just have the garrison as is. Let's just save it, garrison as is, and then get built as reserves because we don't need to pay for the full cost. As they come in, I place them out, and then they can take their time mobilizing. Not a big deal. Would that make it more worthwhile then to put the military police in to make them a little bit beefier? Nah, there's no need to be mulling over this and worrying about it and whatnot. It is what it is. There's no need to stress out about this defensive type. Most of these units aren't going to get involved in anything other than when partisans pop up, moving in and stomping on them, and they're sufficient as they are. Is that new? The combined arms as a camp group? I could swear it's not been like that before. Thought it was CA or something. Huh. Anyway. So anyway, Poland gets one. Denmark will get a group. The lowlands as a whole, Luxembourg, Netherlands, and Belgium, get a group. And I know I said I'm pushing the SS into Poland to hold that. However, there'll be an event in 1940 where those SS units will go away. They'll become something. Actually, they'll go away, and others will become something else instead. I will be getting a whole bunch of SS units when France falls, though. There'll be a whole group for that. But I still do need defensive units in France proper, because these SS units alone aren't going to be sufficient for that. So we do need to make a group for that. No, you know what? The garrison units that I have there now, that's going to be for France, so we're okay there. Norway, we do need one. Yugoslavia, Greece. And I know this build time is going to go up and up and up and up, but I need to keep churning out garrison units because we'll be needing them as time goes on. That's it for Europe. Then as far as Russia goes, I think we need at least 4 to handle the different fronts. 1 in the northern front, 1 in the southern front, 2 in the middle. And they kind of spread out. Once we kind of spread out, as we need more, we'll build more garrison units, but there we go. We'll start production there. I have 4, that's 5 of these projects, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, roughly. That's fine. We'll start pushing these to the forefront. September 3rd, the first group would be coming out, and that's great because that's when I'll need them when Poland falls. Cool. All right, we're still working on what we need to work on. Fighter bomber to interceptor and battlefield interdiction. And small engine warship advance. Argentina, no. Brazil, yes, we'll say to Yugoslavia. That's not a forever thing. Okay, now we're on to land forces. What do we got here? Engineer unit training. Okay, bridge. Yeah, we need engineer unit training. Officer recruitment we do need as well. That'll get us 10,000 officers, which we'll certainly be needing. I know that gives us a leadership hit. And I know I mentioned it in my Japanese campaign, but again, just for completion for those that may not have watched it, um, this is one of the few research targets that is cumulative, um, or additive, I guess. The same word, but I mean additive. Everything else pretty much is this number replaces what it was before. So, like the small arms, that's not additive. When I go up another level, it's not going to go, okay, now we're going to add that to what it was before. This goes, okay, what it was before, it now becomes this. The officer recruitment, though, is, yeah, what it was before, we now add this as well. And that doesn't, did that change then maybe? Because I'm not seeing. It used to say that here. It was like, warning, this is an additive thing. So did that go away? Yeah, there was like a warning here or something like that saying, hey, just to, you know, let you know each level is what the previous level was plus this. So maybe that got rid of perhaps. Which if so, you know what? I'm all down with it because it was such an odd thing. It was like the only research that did this. Everything else was no, we replace what the previous research level was. So if this does the same thing and replaces it, that means each level we just lose 5% leadership cumulative, or 5, 10, 15 if you want to look at it that way. We also gain 10,000 officers for each level, 10, 20, 30,000 total. And the bonus, again, that used to be additive as well, I thought, but maybe it didn't work that way or something. I don't know. In any event, if this is the way it truly works now, where it's your leadership goes down by this much for each level that you're at, cool. And the bonus is the way it works too, cool. In any event, we need officer recruitment just because we'll be needing those 10,000 officers. We'll be doing that several times. Again, no body armor, motorization of cavalry, yes. Range finding, artillery barrel, that. Heavy artillery, light artillery, both transports, heavy AA guns, anti-air ammunition. Wow, that's a bunch of stuff. Rocket artillery we're not going to do. And here's my favorite category, armor. Basically, everything that we can go for is going to be gotten here. Small caliber, high density alloys, special forces upgrade, yes, yes, yes. Amphibious warfare equipment we're going to hold off on. Paratrooper activation. Let me do this. Push the paratrooper up. I push the engineering unit training down, so we need the officer recruitment as well. Having by October is going to be very, very handy. It's going to take a week or two before those officers show up, but we will need 10,000 new officers. October 17th, war with Poland will be over, but by then we'll still need 10,000 officers. And the paratroop activation, yeah, having that by August 4th would be great. That way we can at least start building paratroopers. All right, so that's that. Doctrines. We're going to Blitzkrieg. And here's where a lot of our time is going to be spent in the doctrines and the chain of command. But we need all this stuff. This is what our army uses to attack and defend. Everything else, political indoctrinations for SS troops. Definitely need that. Grand battle plan. And hey, the defensiveness. I said it was it's trying to lure me into spending the time and the leadership points towards it, but I said no, and you can see it's gray. I mean, we can't get it anymore. Oh, and that's why. Off Stargat. This right here. So I wonder if you take that, does that then make this something you can't get? I don't know, but not worried about it. Operation, all our stuff here. So much stuff. Oh my goodness, this will be over 100 projects that I'll be working on. I mean, we still have a bunch of projects will be wrapping up here this month, naval and air, but geez, nothing in special. We got everything there. Command. Yep, need all these headquarter units. We're going to be going through those and gaining more and more and more as we can. Need all those too. Again, these are just flavor. The Air Force and Naval headquarters are just flavor. That's all. There's not any real need for them. And we're going with the increases to everything here too. Good God, we'll be over 120. So we're 61 in the red. Our need is more than double what we're actually able to provide. I mean, once I hit 100%, I'll pull 10 over, 10 leadership over from officers and plug that into research. So yay. Again, we need some diplomacy still because next year we'll be doing a bunch of diplo work. What we got here? Oh, yep. I mean, honestly, the infantry units I'll have down here, these motorized units. Eh, let's do it like this. There we go. And the the remaining 5 infantry I get, basically I'll put them all here. Yeah, that should be fine. So we'll have 15 frontline divisions, infantry, motorized. Right now, 4 SS divisions and then 1 SA division. The SA division, I think, sticks around a bit. The SS divisions kind of go away. They become other things. They gain the rest of their units. Um, so let's see where we are here now. Okay, reinforcements. Let me drop this down to 15-ish. Supplies, we're doing good with where that we're at there. So that should drop this way. Yep, it does. There we go. I was kind of waiting for that. There's now a bunch of stuff we're working on. I think I'll leave it the way it is. There's still a bunch more that I need to build. Like I need to start building armor units, but we're going to hold off on that for right now. We need to get some of these things taken care of here. Probably wait till after the fall of Poland, and then we'll start building our armor units. Ground attack. And paratroopers too, for that matter. 12. So yeah, let's do Belgium. We don't need metal, realistically speaking. I mean, yes, I do need metal. Are we selling metal per chance? No, we're selling energy, which that's fine. We're doing okay on that. So our infrastructure stuff, we're still building rares, which we need to keep doing that anyway. Building industry, coal fields, so we can get our energy back up. Metal, got a bunch of that coming on. Got a bunch of energy and metal that we're going to be working on. Okay. All right, I like it. I love this time of year too for the game. It's yeah, we'll take this too because now we're at a point 200 we still got 200 days before I really need to worry about it. So that's 7 months before we have to worry about the end of the year. Poland will get a whole bunch of rares. Um, but we do. I still need to make sure that I'm building the extra mines for everything. So that way, I'd rather have a surplus that's getting thrown away than have a great need and come in just a matter of a few months. I really can't buy it from too many partners. Basically, my Baltic partners, Eastern Europe, and Central Europe partners, Italy. That's it. And I guess too, Denmark and the lowlands will also sell to me. Though once I've gone to war with Poland, I think the threat goes to too high, and they don't. It's very difficult to try to get sales with them, and I really can't do any overseas trades with anybody further. Like for example, Turkey, I got to cancel. There's a bunch of trades I'll have to cancel. Um, yeah, these Turkey trades I'll have to cancel because they're being shipped. I believe they're being shipped around. Hmm. Yeah, this rare, it's not showing up here. That's my supply. This is the return trip, and this is I don't know who. Well, maybe that is the turkey. Yeah, that's got to be the turkey because there's nobody else that I'm having to. Everything else is overland. Even Romania is overland. I'm importing oil, but that's coming overland. There's no need for them to ship it around there. But yeah, once war, it's gonna be difficult to get the stuff that I need, except through conquest or through the help of people that are around me that aren't at war. Very difficult to get to. Okay, so no more there, no more there. Boo. So we're going in the red. That is a bummer, and quite honestly, we have to look at canceling some of these trades, like the turkey trade here. I mean, that's $5. What are we going? We're down by $12. So that's 8 if I cancel all the oil trades. Somebody's stepping up pretty soon here to want to buy some supplies. I'm okay. See, Ecuador, $5 will get me. We're in May, getting close to fun time. I see efficiency dropped. I think it's when the chromite sales dropped off, or purchases dropped off. A bunch of people want supplies. Cool. I will sell supplies. That's not a problem. Portugal, we're not going to buy from you. Sorry. Forming that air unit, we certainly shall. So this unit's going to stay here, but I need to peel that twin engine fighter off. It'll be an extra. That means I'll need an extra interceptor, though, to be built. And let's push this to the forefront. Again, just a way to make my wings. My air wings, I like to be 4 minimum. So 4 interceptors. Um, the bomber wings, I like to have 4 plus a twin engine fighter, or if it's the CAS, 4 CAS and the fighter bomber. How are we doing here? I don't think I had any. Okay, my garrisons have moved around like they should. Cool. I think I still have a garrison moving, right? Yes. Wow, that guy's slow. That heavy artillery is slowing him up, right? Well, actually, it's the garrison that's slowing up. The Czech artillery is faster. Cruiser engine. Nice, that's 1941 tech. That's or 1941 for I can really start researching it. Soviet Union. What are we at? 16 bucks. So Italy. I think I can go with Italy because I'll get it's a better deal. Even though I'll get more rares from Russia, I'm having to spend a lot more money for it. So 11 for 11 is pretty much a good deal there. They'll still be gaining 5 a day, and actually we'll be in the green with our. Yeah, there we go. Finally, green with the rares. Sadly, we're going to go in the red with our money pretty soon, since Netherlands said, we're not going to give any more money here. Uruguay as well, so we're going deep into the red. Yep, dropping the bucket kite, guys. That's 75 cents. Not going to help me here, but better than nothing. Let's have you slide here, take this, and then come up here. Production. Cool. Let's drop our reinforcements down to 10. That's more trickle down for here. Actually, you know what? We're going to push our upgrades. Yeah, that's going to hurt a bit here. Let's see how much this hurts. Okay, that's good. And honestly, let's. You know what? I'll leave that alone. That's fine. Supplies, we're doing fine. Actually, I should bump this up a bit more to 60. Cruiser screws and rudder advance. And Estonia's not giving saying. Oh, I was going to take a look and see who needs energy. Shanxi, we can't sell to. We can with Slovakia, actually. So, how much are you down by? 11, and you've got an extra 4. Sure. Mexico surplus is 6. Interesting. Philippines, can't do anything with them. All right, so that's it there. Is anybody that I can sell to? No. Okay. Well, can't sell any of our excess metal, but it is what it is. Made a little bit, a few extra bucks there. What does that bring us? -9. Okay, good enough. We're in the positive with our rares. That's good to see. So we'll keep doing what we're doing there. 92.50. We're actually paying 54 IC a day now. So that extra IC in a month's time, it's 30 extra IC is what it boils down to from what it was before. Not a big deal, but nonetheless. 54, that would be 180 days at this point still. 170 actually. So just less than 6 months. June, July, August, September, October, November, and or middle of November if things keep going the way they're going. We'll see though. Again, not terribly worried as long as I don't get close to that 20,000 mark, which we just might. Yay, now we'll go in the green with our money. And it's probably also is going to get close to when people start dropping off and going, yeah, we don't want to buy from you anymore. It's like countries get, they feel bad for me and they're like, oh, we'll buy some of your supplies, give you some money. You could use it. Yeah, we'll buy some from Finland. Reinforcements. I can actually drop this way down here. There you go. That works. Cruiser hull shape. Wow, easy come and go with that money there. We're below 100 now, so good. 38 in the red. It's going to be a while before we get to any sort of green, seeing any green here. With our builds, we're doing all right there as well. What do we got? Anything in May? No. June, we got another rare mine coming up. So before war starts, or as war starts, we'll get our Polish garrison group built. A couple fighters will come online. Several rare mines will come online. The next round, or last round of infantry divisions come online. All of our bombers, CAS bombers come online. Interceptors, all of our interceptors come online. I'll still need to build another. I'll be building interceptors continually for a while here because we need to make sure that we've got plenty. In 1940, when we're dealing with France, well, the Allies as a whole, and 1941, even more so, especially, I'll need probably 20 flights of interceptors there. Turkey says we'll give you money. Denmark too. Denmark's going to cancel that in a matter of a week, if not less. Cruiser vertical protection. Alrighty. June 1st. Getting closer and closer. Navy, let's say it's heavy bomber actually. Italy canceled out their thing. Okay. Where are we at with our strategic reserve? So zinc, we're selling 3 and we have none in balance. So I do need to build another zinc. Capital ship. Well, getting close. 95, 35 in the red. Chromite surplus. 1 happened. Yeah, okay, so yeah, I think that's why the IC efficiency dropped off, is we lost that one, as I said, the one purchase of chromite. Yes, we'll form you up. Take all these types of units, march you out to here, and probably add you to this group here. Man, scarce units taking forever. One thing I like about Hearts of Iron 4, it does kind of give you a better, it looks ahead and tells you, for long range moves, how long it's going to take to get there. Very, very nice. The battles are also pretty cool too. It gives you a supposition. It says estimation of when the battle will end, how many days it'll take. During Hearts of Iron 3, you have no idea. You have no clue. Not even mod aside, Black Ice mod aside, Hearts of Iron 3, you have no clue how long a battle's going to take. Hearts of Iron 4, at least, is an estimation, and it changes if you fast speed it through, like I did the tutorial, and fast speeding through all of the. We can invite Japan to our faction. We shall actually. Fast speeding through the battles for Ethiopia. from Italy, the um, counter that showed how many days were remaining on the battle was just fluctuating so rapidly. Each day it was just changing, going up and down a few days or so. But it still kind of gave you a good idea on, like, assuming nothing else changes, no, the weather stays the same, and no other units come in, get involved, whatnot. This is how many days it's going to be, and that I feel it's fairly good, fairly accurate there. Japan, Japan, Japan. We need you to uh, offer an alliance. Oh, invite to faction. Yeah, duh. That's what. Not an alliance. Silly me. There we go. Dockyard facilities. Yeah, I lost some more IC efficiency with all those chromite sales going away. Bulgaria will buy. Sure, we're not going to buy fuel from you though. No, no. Italy, yes. Colombia, no. Chile, no. Alrighty, we're getting really close. End of the episode coming up here, but getting really close to when stuff will start kicking off. Yeah, I can't buy from. I only have half a buck, 50 cents to my name here, so no. All you guys asking, well, here we go. I will sell. So that's about 25 bucks we'll make. Cool. It's not gonna last long though. Those type of countries are buying. They just need it for a short period of time, like maybe a week or whatever, and things fluctuate out. I'm not gonna sell fuel, even though that would be a good deal. I do have extra fuel, but I'd rather keep the extra fuel. We will be needing it. Problem with going to a very mechanized, motorized force, yeah, you burn through oil and fuel so rapidly. As I discovered playing Japan, more so too, using the Navy uses a lot too. All right, so our manpower modifier is going down, but our IC modifier is going up, so that 4/7 should be increasing a bit here. Supply is going up, money's going up. All the build times are going up as well. Not that big of a deal, really, but buy some more rares. Okay, definitely going in the red here, thanks to the United States. Canceling out the purchase. Lithuania and Yugoslavia offer to pick up the slack a little bit. Netherlands too. Wow, Netherlands is super wealthy. Let's go ahead and buy chromite. Cruiser fire control. Okay, and we'll buy it from. If I could buy it from Yugoslavia. Turkey's better. Better because that money kind of stays with Turkey. I don't have to worry about it, being used against me. If I buy it from Russia, that money is going to be used against me eventually, because Russia will be my enemy down the road here. Alrighty. We will postpone because I don't have enough money to go another round. Yeah, plus we're in the red when it comes to money. Okay, interceptors. Is there anything here? Yep. This guy here, and I think that does it. We can do this. We're almost at 50,000 supplies and reinforcements. I can drop this down a bit more. I'm actually working on the upgrades a little bit too. That's good to see. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Got some more fighters coming online. Which, speaking of, cool. All right, they're now in the green, so we can do this. So this twin engine fighter is going to go here. Combine with those light bombers and Bob's your uncle. 253. Let me cancel out. I hate to say cancel out the Romanian oil. Let's leave it. Oh, so we made it down to 69.28 IC debt. Let's see what we go up to. The camp group that's not anything big, but this is actually I think this is just a core headquarter unit here. Yeah, so this guy, he's going to come down. Actually, yeah, he's going to come down here and assist. And this is just an Army like I said, core headquarter unit. Move him there. This, well, okay, we're fine. More heavy industry. Yeah, that means our yeah. So metals, we have lost the effects. So we're not going to get as much metal or rares. So those are going to go down even further. But supplies and money is going to take a bit of a rebound here. So 6 to 1.5 dozen the other, I'd say. We need to put these fighters in place. So one in Berlin. Okay, so where's the next group going? So I have one in the south, one fighter group, interceptor group in the south. This one in Berlin, I got to push towards over here, perhaps. And we got one there. I need one over here. Let's put in Frankfurt for right now. I don't think I can get an airbase built quick enough. I was thinking maybe just build an airbase here at Reppen, for example, so I can at least push the interceptors closer to the front. I mean, these guys, yeah, they can't go far. Okay. So this is where we're going to call it at this point here. Because, like I said, well, beginning of August, actually. But nonetheless, we're getting real close to the point where I need to, A, do my reorganization, restructuring, B, mobilization. Mobilization can wait for before the week before war actually hits. But I may also just go, not worry about it and mobilize on the fly. It is, after all, Poland we're attacking. So half strength units, or weaker units, probably not that big of a deal. Maybe we'll have to take a look and see. But definitely need to do my reorg and restructuring of all my troops, and that will take at least a couple weeks to recover. My units to recover from, to get their org levels back. But next episode, that's what's going to happen: reorg, restructuring. And again, plan is just play through till towards the beginning of August. There, that first week, I'll start doing the reorg. Pause the game, not the video, just pause the game, do my reorg, restructure, show you guys my thinking behind that. Do a bit, do some, so you can at least see, and then I'll pause the video, do the rest off camera, so that way we don't burn through a bunch of time, video time, with me just sitting around doing that, because that can take about an hour with Germany. That can take a while to go through and do the restructuring, figuring out where all the different units are going, creating leaders on the fly as we need it, stuff like that. And then of course the reorg, getting the actual military leaders in place where they need to be. Yeah, it just can get kind of boring. It takes too long. And then once we're done, pick up where from that point, press forward to war. My next episode might actually see my initial forays into Poland. The war in Poland takes me about 2 to 3 weeks tops, depending. This difficulty level shouldn't take but 2 weeks. Quite honestly, it should be in the middle of September, and Poland will fall. It'll be a rapid push towards Warsaw. And then we're in the Sitzkrieg after that. The following episodes will be slower in regards. I'm not going full fast speed, speed level 5, probably just 4, but we'll just basically be sitting around, building up, getting our tech up, etc., and pushing troops towards the Western Front, as well as getting ready for the attack on Denmark, building more troops. There's a bunch of mountaineer troops that I'm going to be needing to build. You know what? Did I not? Didn't I? Thought I built like a whole bunch of mountaineers. Maybe I did not. Or no, I did. Yeah. Yeah, I built 5 mountaineers. We'll need to build more though for the attack on Norway, which again happening a little bit in a more historical time frame, and with some cheating going on to get the units in where they need to be. It's just replicate the actual landings that occurred via destroyer and stuff like that that can't really be replicated in the game very well. We're also not going to have any assault transports available. Well, we will actually. It'll be the auxiliary ships. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Bye.